के बाद जो है आंसर करेंगे, आप क्वेश्चंस को इसमें डाल दीजिए, ठीक है। So what is moon and what is its importance in our life and in our spiritual journey? Moon rules, first of all, the thing that moon rules is mother. Without mother, we would not have been born. None of us could have existed today. We are all sitting here, all courtesy of our mother. Mother would have decided not to carry us, we would not have been here. And this mother is governed by moon. Devi, the primordial Shakti, Shiv, Shakti, Tara, Kali, Bhuvneshwari, Sri Vidya, all Shakti. This Shakti Tattva is governed by moon. Moon symbolizes Shakti Tattva. Without moon, you cannot invoke any Shakti anywhere inside your house, inside yourself, or even in your spiritual journey. If your moon is placed in good places in the chart, your relationship with your mother and with all women around you, with all females around you will be very, very good. If your moon is afflicted, your relationship with your mother and other women around you will not be very good. In my own chart, my moon is like so-so. So sometimes my relationship with women is very good. Sometimes my relationship falters. Like why happens? If it is so-so, why sometimes this, sometimes that? Because moon waxes and wanes. So when it is waxing, my relationship improves. When it is waning, my relationship is in downfall. This is what moon does. You have to understand the waxing and waning, that also affects us. Then moon is the lord of all nakshatras. So generally any small issues in your horoscope are governed by a rule. And that is why I keep saying Rudrabhishek. Rudrabhishek for any small issues in your chart, in your life. Lord Shiva, because he is the ruler of Chandrama. He is the Lord Shiva and Chandrama share the same day, which is Monday. So moon controls, also moon is symbolic of water element. On earth, 70% is water. In your body, you have the cerebrospinal fluid, you have blood, you have saliva in the mouth, you have tears in your eyes, you have mucus in your nose, everything is what? Water element. This water element is controlled by moon. And because moon controls the water element, that is why afflicted moon leads to depression or anxiety, any mental health related issues. Moon is the ruler of mind, not the brain. Moon rules the mind. The brain is very logical, analytical, does calculations. Mind does not do anything. Mind is all emotional, sentimental. Mind is illogical. When you fall in love, you fall in love. It is illogical. Whatever, you will do everything in your power to get the object of your attention. You will do everything in your power to make them happy. When you do not like anyone, you do not like anyone. When you do not like anyone, you don't like anyone. Your brain does not function. It is completely illogical. Sorry, your mind does not function. Mind is completely illogical. Brain has logic. And this illogical part of your body is ruled by moon. Moon rules the mind. Moon is also called Luna. And from Luna, we derive the word lunatic. And in your chart, in your hand also, ये वाला हाथ देखना, मेरे को लास्ट में मुझे याद दिलाना, in the end of the session, remind me how to see moon and brain association from your hand. I will give you a small tip. Okay, so lunatic, so depression, anxiety, all of these illnesses are related to moon. If you want to get out of these issues, you must appease moon as much as possible. Other than that, moon is the ruler of herbs. If you are on constant medication for any chronic illness, BP, diabetes, arthritis, then you should chant Chandrama. You should try and appease moon as much as possible. Moon significance in spiritual journey. If you see Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, Tara, Lalita Tripur Sundari, everybody has what? Chandrama, moon on their forehead. This moon, there has to be a reason behind it. This significance I will explain in the next session, because there is a very long explanation for that, and I want you to understand 64 Tantra, 64 Yogini, 64 everything. I want you to get into the deeper aspect and understand how logical Tantra is. And why are we doing all of this instead of just going straight to Kamla or Bhairavi or Tripur Bhairavi or anyone? Why am I making you take this journey? Why am I making you chant? So to understand this gradually, I will explain. So this one aspect I will explain you in next week. Okay. Other than that, when it comes to chakras, in chakras, moon rules the highest chakra, which is Sahasrara chakra. You must have read about Devtas and Rishis drinking somras, and somras was thought to be intoxicating. What is this somras and why is it intoxicating? Do you think Devtas and Rishis will take liquor or alcohol? No. It is intoxicating because this ras is here. This is the nectar of bliss, Anand, Paramanand. And this comes from Chandrama. When you reach there, when you are drinking the nectar of bliss, I'm sitting in my sadhana, I'm enjoying this. Why would I want to? I definitely am so happy doing this. I don't want to do anything else. Why will I want to open my eyes and talk to even my children? What can be more joyful than bliss? Bliss and joy itself are two different things. This is bliss. Everything else in your life is just pleasure. Whether it is my child, whether it is my husband, whether it is my friends, that is all pleasure. Bliss is when you sit in meditation, when you experience this, when this is awakened, and this highest form of, and this is realization. This is the ultimate. When you talk about self-realization means what? The Sahasrara is awakened. And this highest form can only be attained if moon is happy, if moon is pleased with you. This is the gift of moon. Like I said, moon rules the mind. One of the doshas that occur during sadhana is an illogical uchchatan. Uchchatan means you just don't feel like doing it. You just start feeling lazy for no logical reason. This is ruled by moon. This is why Navgraha sadhanas are important. In chakras, like I explained earlier, sun rules the Manipur chakra. Sun rules the Manipur chakra. Without breaking the barriers of Manipur chakra, if you do not go forth from Manipur chakra, you will never be able to reach here. So sun is important it is the beginning of a spiritual journey. And I say beginning because the other two chakras are already awakened. Everybody is eating and drinking, everybody keeps getting attracted. So these two chakras are already awakened. And again, I keep hearing Kundalini, some snake-like element. Oh, jagta Kundalini is not snake or anything. That also, once when we do this Kundalini and Chakra sadhana only, then we will work on it. Okay, so Kundalini is not all of this. Again, mithya. So sun is important because it helps you rise above your Manipur chakra. Chandrama is important because without Chandrama, you cannot reach the highest stage, which is self-realization. And this is why Chandrama is important. When you see all the pictures and images of God, they have the halo behind their head, which is representative of Surya, and they have Chandrama on their head, which is representative of moon. And the more, the more deeper details of this, we will discuss. As we keep doing sadhanas, there will be so many questions and there will be so many experiences, then I will explain everything. For now, we could not have been born without father and mother. The father is Surya, the mother is Chandrama. Without these two, the world cannot be created. Without these two, we cannot be created. Without this, my children could not have been created. This is the importance of Chandrama. And how to please Chandrama and everything, that we will do in this session. Also, Chandrama rules herbs. So to stay healthy, you need to chant Chandrama Graha. Depression, anxiety, always a byproduct of a weak Chandrama. Always. Bipolar disorder, so common these days. Depression. I have also, मेरे को भी life में हुआ है. I'm going to be very logical. Why this happens? It is like the waxing and waning. And when you understand how the world functions, today, I will never be depressed. Why would I be depressed? I understand how it works. I know, okay, moon's waning phase, I need to do this. I need to do this kriya to get out of this. And these kriyas you should also learn, and you should also teach others. And all the medicine, if it is ruled by Chandrama only, no matter what medicine you take, and then you do Chandrama, Grah, Sadhana and everything, of course, depression, anxiety, everything will be cured. It's not possible ki cure nahi hoga. This is my guarantee to you. People come to me, some people, a lot of you here have come to me, shown their charts, right? मैं क्या बोलती हूँ? Every time I say, if you continue chanting, if you are associated with this group, definitely your troubles will go away. I am not doing anything. Being in this group means you are connected to Guruji. Doing sadhanas means you are invoking those powers, means gurus are going to help you. And when you have that connection, your problems are too trivial. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, when I was 17-year-old, 18, we were talking about Kali Ma. I said, I did Kali sadhana in the end. I did other sadhanas. The first sadhana that I did was Tara sadhana. That was the first Mahavidya given to me by Guruji. But every time koi issue hota tha, anything that troubled me, I would go to Kali Ma. And at 17, 18, 19, what are your issues? Marks in exam, this competition, breakup, mother, whatever, घर में किसी के साथ fight हो गया, my friend is fighting with me. Can you imagine? So now you are 45, you are 55, you must be thinking, oh, this trouble is very serious. When you're 75, you will think, what was it? This was so trivial. So imagine for God how trivial our issues must be. So you think, nahi resolve ho jayega. These are very trivial issues in life. If you continue doing your sadhanas, I assure you, I guarantee you, yes, all your issues will be resolved. But with your spiritual journey, with your spiritual rituals, you also have to work on the material level. No forgiveness, no thinking well of each other, nothing can help you. Forgiveness, empathy, sacrifice, yagya, havan, these are all physicals. ये तो हमारे ये havan samagri में putting, havan samagri in havan kund is very easy. Actually sacrificing myself for somebody who's not even related to me, that is huge. Learn to interrelate, learn to correlate, and then introspect. Am I actually doing it? Or I'm just developing ego because I've done some malas and mantras? Don't waste your life. Most of the people here are above 40, whatever years you have left, utilize it for the good of humanity. And good of humanity, your own sadhanas will definitely lead to spiritual evolution. But one cannot exist without other. Fine. Now, whatever questions everyone has, you can put it on chat once we finish the session. And if we have time, I will answer the questions because naturally time consuming. Anybody else who, I will just write down the sequence of the sadhana. आज एक और चीज मैं करना चाहती हूँ, which is a very Western form of meditation, which I do with Westerners. But I want to do it today with all of you, if you people are interested. एक हम काम करेंगे after the class. Those who don't want to stay extra, they can leave. And those who want to do this form of meditation, we will be doing. It's a 5-minute, 10-minute meditation और कुछ नहीं. Okay? आज हम लोग साधना के बाद, साधना तो हम करते ही हैं, जो भी करते हैं, उसके बाद मैं एक मेडिटेशन कराने, ध्यान कराना चाहती हूँ, जो मैं जनरली फॉरेनर्स के साथ करती हूँ, यूरोपियंस और अमेरिकन के साथ करती हूँ. मैं आज इंडियंस के साथ करना चाहती हूँ. बिकॉज हम लोग बाहर तो बहुत कर लेते हैं, मंदिर में जाके दिया जलाना, प्रसाद, हम अंदर नहीं जाते. ये हमारी कमी है. सो ये वाली जो है, जिसको इंटरेस्ट होगा वो रुक सकता है, जिसको नहीं इंटरेस्ट होगा वो साधना के बाद जो है जय गुरुदेव करके जा सकता है. किसी ये बाइंडिंग नहीं है, बिकॉज ये पार्ट ऑफ द 1.25 लाख नहीं है. ठीक है. सो अब मैं मंत्र दे रही हूँ आप लोगों को. द मंत्र इज ओम श्राम श्रीम श्रौम सह सोमाय नमः. एक मेरे से गलती होगी, पहले मैं एक गुरु का आवाहन कर दूं, उसके बाद में मंत्र बोलूंगी. सॉरी. एवरीबडी डू 3 times ओम. पहले सब लोग पवित्रीकरण करो, अपने ऊपर जल छिड़को, स्प्रिंकल वाटर ऑन योरसेल्फ. ओम अपवित्र पवित्र वा सर्वावस्थाम गतोपि वा यस्मरे पुनरिकाक्षय सब भाव्यांतर. So one practical experience, like I said, that moon is related to your mind, is the reason behind mental illnesses. And this is why I was saying that in today's times, why are we all depressed? Why are majority of the people depressed or anxious? Despite having everything, we have We have families, we have easier communication with our family and friends. We go out a lot. We have more money than our previous generation. We have everything that you can think of. But still, why this rise in mental illness? So, practical experience that I wanted to narrate was I have studied Ayurveda. I'm a bachelor. I did my graduation in Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery. And in my course, it's a 5.5 year course, of which 1 year is when we do practical training, we do internship. In that internship, 6 months we have to train in a rural area, in a village. 3 months I was training in this area called Dahanu, which is on the border of Mumbai and which is on the border of Maharashtra and Gujarat, so close to Mumbai, also close to Gujarat, another state. And we had a sea-facing hospital. We had a hospital which was very close to the sea. From some of the beds, the sea was visible. Where I was staying, the sea was visible. And one day, a patient came that was bitten by a rabid dog. You've all heard of the illness rabies. Okay, the patient goes mad. This patient came to the hospital 3 days before the full moon. We all know how moon influences tide. That is an external phenomenon that can be seen. But how it influences the water element in our body is a practical experience that I'm narrating now. So this patient came bitten by a rabid dog, and in the hospital there were two sets of bed. One set of bed used to face the wall, one set of bed used to face the sea. For some reason, this patient got a bed which was facing the sea. And of course, because the hospital was very close to the sea, we could hear the waves constantly. Every time the waves would intensify, the person suffering from rabies, his fits would intensify, his hysteria would intensify. And I remember calling my father and I told him, Papa, I saw this patient is there and I've heard about this, I've read about this. Does it really work? And Guruji said, give it 3 days. On full moon, you will see the results for yourself. As we progress towards full moon, the hysteria, everything started intensifying. And on the full moon is when the person left his body the day of the high tide. The person left his body. He could not survive. This is how the lunar cycle not only influences the external water bodies that we see, but also the internal water body, which we are not able to see with our eyes. This is the impact of moon. This is how strong moon is. Also, moon has 16 colors, which I'm going to explain later. But 16 colors is the reason why Lord Krishna was called Purna Avatar. Complete avatar of Vishnu was only Lord Krishna, nobody else, because he had 16 colors. There is a practical experience related to this also, which I will share in the group in some hours. We started Chandra Sadhana today, and how it has directly impacted my life is something that I will share in some hours. And I want you to continue. When I said last time it was focusing on ego, this time before sleeping, introspection will be focused on forgiveness. And in forgiveness, the cycle is, the sequence is first forgive yourself, then forgive whoever, and gradually. And first day of this year, I told you to start journaling. I want you to write your experiences. Today also, anybody who has had their experience, I want you to share it in the group, and the entire week you will be chanting Chandrama mantra, whether it is 5 malas or it is 10 malas, you have to start chanting. And please start your individual sadhana ASAP, as soon as possible. श्री कृष्ण को पूर्ण अवतार बोला जाता है क्योंकि श्री कृष्ण 16 कला युक्त थे. 16 कलाएं चंद्रमा में होती है. एक और जो प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपीरियंस है वो आज मेरे साथ हो रहा है, जो मैं कुछ घंटे में आप लोगों को